Dvořák Symphony Number 9 from the New World. And why is that so interesting? Perhaps because I'm music director of the Czech National Symphony Orchestra in Prague, or perhaps it was one of the first symphonies that I ever had the chance to conduct. What I want to discuss with you is, what does that mean, from the New World? We all know the musicology of it, and that Dvořák came over and taught in New York. He taught everybody. And he wrote that symphony while he was in New York and in America. A lot of people are under the misconception that he was somehow influenced by America, that there's something in it, or that the second movement, the famous theme, and then it became a song. One of his students then turned it into a song, going home, going home. People think, or they erroneously think, that perhaps Dvořák had taken that from a Nego spiritual, but is quite the opposite. It was originally Dvořák's composition that one of his students then made a song. Why is this interesting? For me, I think that Dvořák wasn't discussing from the New World from a point of view as, here's music from the New World. I think he was inspired by the New World and wanted to show the New World what it was like being Czech. Because for me, that music is 100% Czech. Everything about it sounds like it's from Rusalka, his last opera, or the dance from the third movement, or the first movement. These are all things that are typically Czech sounding, but why did he call it from the New World? I think he was trying to convince people from the New World that his great Czech heritage, and his Czech heritage was so important between the Slavonic dances and everything else. He was a great Czech composer, bringing a piece of his homeland to the New World. And therefore, when he wrote it in New York, then he brought it back home and said, this is a symphony I wrote from the New World. But he was the best salesman for Czech music and Czech culture, both in America and abroad. So my take isn't that we inspired him. I think that he was inspired and wanted to bring his culture, his homeland, to the New World, to New York, and to a very young one-year-old Carnegie Hall, where it received its world premiere. Fascinating story. Looking forward to doing it again with the Czech National Symphony Orchestra soon. In April, we have a concert. And then, of course, we take it on tour quite often. It is a masterpiece, and I'm always thrilled to do it, especially with my own Czech National Symphony Orchestra.